So vegans, they always seem angry and unable to take a joke. And I get it, sometimes we don't laugh along when you apologize to the animal you're about to eat. But here's the thing, what if some of us aren't actually angry? What if we're just tired? Let's dive into why vegans might be so angry, and maybe for some reasons that you didn't think of. I know you might be thinking, here comes another vegan to ruin your time. And yes, we may look at you like we've seen a ghost when you joke about the suffering of animals or the fact that they have to be killed. The truth is, we're not trying to ruin the fun. It's just weird that it's fun in the first place. And imagine if someone really joked about something that you cared about, it wouldn't be so funny. Or if someone joked about cooking up your cat, only it actually did happen. It'd be kind of tough to laugh at that, right? And that's how some of us may feel when it's tough to laugh at animal commodification. Some of us actually like jokes very much. Some of us can actually really have a laugh. That gives me an opportunity to talk about Plants Against Veganity and how you could get 10% off. It's a hilarious game by This Is Not a Game Co. and it's based upon the game Cards Against Humanity. And if you don't know what that is, you have one card which will say a sentence on it and it will have blanks on it, maybe one or multiple. You get a selection of cards where you have to fill in the blanks in the most funny, morbid or clever way that you possibly can. The winner is then chosen. It helps to have a sense of humor because the funny ones seem to win out most of the time. There's some really funny and morbid cards in there. If you know Cards Against Humanity, then you'll know that Plants Against Veganity is not exactly for the faint of heart. It's for those of you who really want to laugh. As I said, you can get 10% off if you order with code VeganGaze at checkout. Check the link below in the description. And if you get it before the 19th of December, you'll get it just in time for Christmas if you celebrate. I've played the game before. How did I manage to pull vegan friends to even have that game? But yeah, it's a really fun time, and grab it before Christmas because it will make an excellent gift for a vegan that you may know. Back to the not so fun part. We can't escape it. The thing is, non-veganism is everywhere. Everywhere you turn, there is something non-vegan happening. You can't go to the shop without seeing leather shoes, someone's aunt wearing the skin and fur of an animal on the trim of her coat. You pass a food truck and you just get the stench of cooking bodies. It's everywhere and it's tough to ignore. For us, it's a constant reminder that billions of animals are being subjected to commodification and killing, and the fact that animals are being treated in ways that we would deem dismal. And we're supposed to act like it's just no big deal? That's tough. It's like a looming pile of pain in the corner that we're just supposed to ignore for the comfort of others. And yeah, we're not just talking about a couple of animals. It would be bad enough if it was just one animal, but we're talking about billions, if not trillions of animals. That's a lot of life lost. No, stolen. And when you ever think about it, it's kind of overwhelming. The numbers are so huge and the violations are so horrific that you just feel like, well, why shouldn't I be talking about this? I need to talk about this. And it can come across as very angry or not very humorous when someone mocks the plight or is engaging in something that caused the exploitation and killing of animals. And then, you know, we respond to that and we have to adjust to that and give our opinion. It's part of communication, just bringing across how we feel the world should look. And the world to us shouldn't look like commodification of sentient beings. And it's the mocking of the plight that animals go through. It might be funny to just be carving up an animal and be like, oh, sorry that you sacrificed yourself for me. Not that they did sacrifice themselves for us. They have no idea of us. And it's pretty arrogant to think that they did. But it's pretty hard for us to just laugh along and shrug it off. I mean, you wouldn't legitimately joke about your dog being hurt, right? If they actually were getting hurt or were in situations where they were being commodified and were on a slaughterhouse floor. It might seem kind of weird to joke about that. Maybe for some, it would be just their way of dealing with the situation. But imagine someone put up a post about the dog meat trade, and then I was just like, oh, yummy dog bacon, and genuinely didn't give a shit about these animals and was just having a little laugh. I could imagine non-vegans being like, this is messed up. Why would you take this moment to mock their plight? So that's why it just seems a bit weird to joke about it when it's actually something that they're going through. And it's not about being sensitive, it's about just remembering that there was a someone behind that who suffered dire consequences. And if you were the victim, it would be far from funny. But for some reason, when it's someone else in the body of specific animals, it's hilarious. And here's the thing, I don't think most people actually enjoy the idea of animals being in pain or in some sort of compromising position or having their life ended. If we really stop to think about it, I'm sure most of us would be quite uncomfortable. A lot of us were uncomfortable and decided to go vegan as a result. It's just sometimes easier to push it aside. You know, you've grown up with it, so it can't be all that bad, really. It's all around you, as we said. But for us vegans, we cannot unsee it. And sometimes it feels like the only way to get some sort of catharsis is to just speak about it, to share the information that we have in the hopes that it will change the behavior and actions of somebody else as well, like it did for us. We're not necessarily angry, we just want their plight to be seen. And if we are angry, then it's more than justified. But that is why some of us, I won't speak for all, I've been trying to say some of us, many of us, and may for a reason, but that's why some of us may come across as angry. Because one, it's just awful. And two, it's hard to know that people are participating in it and mocking it when they don't necessarily even agree with it themselves. They would themselves think it's disgusting. They would have a viscerally negative reaction to what they're seeing. I was doing outreach the other day and this man was watching 3 minutes of what happens to animals and he was just disgusted. His face, he was wincing, he couldn't handle it. He was like, I don't eat many animal related things, but you've put me off the rest of it. But yeah, these are things we're doing to animals that people wouldn't even wish on their worst enemy, yet they still partake in it. That is tough to conceptualize and accept as something that just happens in this strange realm. So here's the deal, we can still be fun, I swear. I love a good laugh and silly conversations as much as the next person. But when it comes to the despair that animals have to face, it's just too important to mock. Of course, there's these weird psychological things happening that make us want to mock it and push it down in a deep, dark place, like all those feelings we have from 20 years ago. But these animals' lives mean something, and they suffer the consequences if we are just pushing everything away. So let's just have a space to talk about these things seriously instead of just shrugging them off. And maybe this has given you an understanding of why vegans might come across as angry, why they may even be angry, why I have been angry myself, and why it can be really difficult to know that these things happen. If you like the video, then make sure to share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. Let me know what you thought down below. I do hope you're well, and until next time, salads, I will see you soon.